Okay, good morning. Can you hear me? All right, thank you, Rishan. Okay, good that all of you can hear me. Very good. Let's start with today's tutorial. Today we'll be talking on topic 2. All right, I hope that you're in the right class. This is future and options. Okay, so let's start with the first question here. There's 22 of you already, and it's already 10:05. So let's begin our tutorial today. So look at question number 1 here. 1A, you have gone long 10 June copper futures contract. So you have 10 June copper futures contract. In other words, you have 10 contracts here. Okay, 10 contracts going on here. The futures price is $2,000 per ton. So the price is $2,000 per ton. Given the following information, determine the daily marking to market adjustment to both you and the counterparty's account. So today we are talking about counterparty. Okay, so last week we talked about all the theories regarding futures, forwards, and options. So today we will go and look in depth on futures. All right. So what do you mean by counterparty? How do you reduce risk, or how do you prevent credit risk or default risk? So we will look at it today. Okay. So information given to you: 10 contract. Okay, 2,000 per ton. All right. And then the other information given to you: contract size is 10 ton per contract. All right, 10 tons per contract. This is $2,000 per ton. And the initial margin is 10% of value. 10% of total value. Maintenance margin, it's 70% of initial margin. Oops. 70% of initial margin. So first of all, we find out all this information first. There are 10 contracts in total. So each contract has having 10 tons. So over here, you will have 100 ton. Okay, you will have 100 ton. Next, each ton is gonna be $2,000. Okay, $2,000. So total contract value. Total contract value is basically, first you find out total ton you have. So 10 contract multiplied by 10 tons, so it's 100. 100 multiplied by $2,000 per ton. 2,000 times 100. Okay. So in total, your total contract value is 200,000. Total contract value is 200,000. Okay. So with this $200,000, you can count your initial margin. So initial margin, 10% of this, 0.1 times 200,000. So your initial margin, or you will start with at 20K. So this initial margin you park with your intermediaries to your, or your, what do you call that, your financial institution, or the middleman, or your broker. Maintenance margin, you want to find out when is your maintenance margin. Maintenance margin is 70%, 0.7 of your initial margin, 20,000. So this will give you 14K. So what this 14K means? Anything goes below 14K, it will trigger the call margin. Okay, so these are the informations that are given to you. So find this out, do all this calculation. Then now you can start doing your what do you call that? Your day-to-day marking to market adjustment. All right, your day-to-day marking to market adjustment. So these are given to you. Day 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until 7. And all those numbers given to you are the future setting price. So each day when they close, all right, initially is $2,000 per ton. After each day when they close, it will be close at 2010, close at 1980, 1970, and so on and so forth. So day 0 is the day when you go into the contract. All right, day 0 is the day that you go into the contract. So now what are you going to do? You want to put it into a table. Want to put into a table. Come, let's do a table. Start with day, and then your account adjustment. So shortcut, your account adjustment, your account balance, your counterparty adjustment, and your counterparty balance. Day 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 days in total. All right. So your account adjustment at day 0, when the price at 2,000, you already calculated just now. Okay. Your initial margin is 20K. All right. So started on day 0, your account is started with your initial margin, $20,000. Okay. Of course, balance is the same, $20,000. Your counterparty will have the same amount also, $20,000, and balance of $20,000. So now the difference happened on the following step. Okay, day 1. How to count day 1 figure? Day 1, the price went up to 2010. So is that a gain, right? From $2,000, it went up to 2010. So how do you want to count this? Take 2010 minus 2,000, multiply by 10 contract, each contract 10 tons. So how much you get? How much of gains you get? So you get $10 times 10 times 10. So this is going to be a positive 1,000. So put it, account adjustment, day 1 plus 1,000. Balance become 21,000. So remember, your counterparty. So your gain is your counterparty loss. Always opposite of you. So you gain 1,000, he lost 1,000. So his balance become 19,000. Repeat for number 2. 2010 to 1980. Okay. So a demo to you again. I show. Take the most recent one minus the previous one. Times 10. Times 10. So this is what? 1980 minus 2010 is negative 30. Times 10. Times 10. So negative 3,000. So in this case, you are making a loss of minus 3,000. $21,000 minus 3,000 become 18,000. If you are losing money, your counterparty are gaining. So plus 3,000, he become $22,000. Carry on with the calculation. Number 3 means 1970 minus 1980 minus 1,000 again. Okay, this is minus 1,000 again. You get 17K now. Plus 1,000, 23K. Number 4, go back up to 2,000. So very simple. 2,000 minus 1970 is 30. 30 times 10 times 10 is 3,000, sorry. So plus 3,000 here again. Move back up, 20K. Here, minus 3K. Become 20K also. Okay, back to the base. Following one, 2020. Continue go up. Gain another 2K. Become 22K. Minus 2K. Become 18K. 2020. Drop to 1920. How much difference there? 1920 minus 2020 is negative 100. Okay, negative 100 times 100. It's minus 10K. Whoa, big loss here. Minus 10K. So here become 12,000. Here plus 10K. Become 28,000. So what happened here? 12,000. What happened at 12,000? Guys, you're here or not? 12,000 is what happened? Call margin. Okay? 12,000, you trigger your call margin because it's below your maintenance margin of 14K. So it dropped below 14K. So 12,000, you need to top up how much? Top it up back to initial margin. So you need to add $8,000 here. You deposit $8,000 cash. At the same time, you need to adjust. At day 7, it's already at 1930. So you gain another $1,000 there. So plus 1,000. So here will end up becoming 21K. Here, just now, plus this one not affected by the furlough, so it's only minus $1,000. This one won't come to here. It's not his account. This one won't go into counterparty because it's top up to your own account. So you're adjusting it because you might go into default. Then your intermediary force you to top up 8,000. So this money is not a profit. It's just your top up. So here, no effect. Okay, the effect is here. Positive 1,000 minus 1,000. Here become $27,000. This is a sample of a day-to-day, daily-to-daily market, okay, adjustment. All right, in your futures, your holdings will be calculated in a daily basis to see whether will you need to call a margin or not. All right, this is a good example here that shows you over here at $12,000, your balance was below your maintenance margin. Your maintenance margin is 14,000. So in that case, you need to top it up back to your initial margin level. So you add $8,000 here. Cannot? Can you follow or not? Hello? Anyone there? Can follow. Very good. Fung Yi. Okay, very good. Chihui also got it. Thank you for responding. So good. If no one responds, as in ask me any questions as we go, I will move on. So part B of the question here is very simple. It's similar to last week. If futures contract are really market traded forwards, what was the need for such an evolution? Why do we change to futures? Very simple. One of the main reason here, you can use back all the reasons that I give to you last week lah. That was given to you last week. You can use back all those reasons. If not, for this question itself, the most common one is to reduce risk. Okay, what is the evolution of this futures contract? Futures contract is day-to-day, daily settlement prices changes. Okay, day-to-day price changes. This can prevent from default. Okay, because whenever one of the counterparty or the party holding less than the maintenance margin, they need to call margin. So this is protecting both party from defaulting. Okay, this is the main reason or best way of speaking about the evolutions of forward to futures. All right, so clear. So that you guys are clear here, no issues with this. So we move on to question number 2. Question number 2 is pretty much very simple. Why would I say simple? Let's look at it together. So you see, the question tells us, suppose it is June 2016, you expect the price to increase over the next 3 months. So right now, the time frame is 3 months. Assume rice futures are traded on MDEX on the typical 3-month cycle. So irregardless lah. So given to you information, initial margin is 10%. Contract size 5,000 kilo. Current spot is $3 per kilo. So A, given the following information, what can you do to take advantage of your expectation? So the information given to you, you have $10,000 to invest. So these are the information here. And then later on in A, they tell you you got 10K. $10,000 to invest. So how do you invest in this? So very simple. Okay, very simple. All right, you already expecting the price to increase. When you expect price to increase, do you long or do you short? When you think that in the future, the price will goes up, So if you know that in the future price will goes up for a certain thing, what do you do today? What do you want to buy? You long. Okay, very good. When you realize that the price in future gonna be going up, so you long future. Okay, and today you want to long future. That means you want to buy in the future at a fixed price, at a certain price. So in this case, you know what can you do to take advantage? Your investment must be a long. Long what? Okay, long what? In this case, you are longing on price future. Again, you long rice future because you predict that the price of the rice will goes up. But now the question is, you got $10,000 to invest. How are you going to invest? Okay, remember this. Very simple. All right, very simple. You have $10,000 to invest. So how much can you invest? How many contract can you invest? So contract size here is $5,000 per kilo. Okay, so you're going to count the contract value. Contract value is 5,000. Okay, 5,000 the size multiplied by the current spot price. So each contract value is $15,000. Okay, initial margin is 10% of this 15,000. So means it's around 1,500 per contract. Okay, so you're having your long rice future. So now you have $10,000. So you're having $10,000. Each contract worth 1,500. How many contract can you buy? Okay, how many contract can you buy? 6 point something, right? 6 point something. Okay, 6 point something. So 6 point something, there's something you cannot buy. What? There's no such thing. You need to buy a whole contract. So you got no enough money to buy 7. It's either, okay, it's 6 point something. It's either you buy 7 or you buy 6 contract. So 10,000 you cannot buy 7, so you cannot buy. So you need to round down instead. You can only buy 6 contract. So what do you do here? Long 6 rice future. Okay, long 6 rice future. So write it down here. 6 rice future is how much? So long 6 rice future at initial investment of 9,000. Okay, you can only use 9,000, no choice. The extra 1,000 cannot do anything lah. Can keep in the bank or whatsoever. All right, you can only long 6 rice future. That's it. So this is a strategy here. Given the following information, what can you do to take advantage of your expectation? You have $10,000 to invest. So you show, okay, you show one by one the contract value. Okay, initial margin for each contract is 1,500. With my $10,000, how many contract can I buy? I can buy 6 contract. Okay, 6 contract, and then you only spend $9,000. All right. Now going to part B. Part B, they tell you, suppose that rice goes to $3.50 now. So from $3, it went up to $3.50, okay, per kilo over the next 3 months. What is your net return in RM and percentage given your position in A? So what is your gain here? Very simple. Just take the calculation like this. 350, okay, 350 minus $3. Okay, 350 minus $3 multiplied by each contract is 5,000 kilo. Okay, 5,000 kilo. And how many contract you have? 6 contract. So basically you get 50 cents multiplied by 5,000 multiplied by 6. So 2005, 0.5, 50 cents times 5,000 is 2,500 ringgit times 6. Times 6. Okay, so your total profit is $15,000. Okay, the profit is $15,000. So they tell you to show it in RM and in also percentage. Okay, so if it's in RM, it's $15,000 lah. But if in percentage, All right, if it's a percentage, very simple also. So $15,000 is your amount of gains here. Okay, it's the amount of gain here. Net gain, okay. Divide by your initial investment, which is only $9,000. How much is your gain here? 15,000 divided by 9,000. Calculator, anyone? 15,000 divided by 9,000. 1.6667 for decimal point. 4 decimal point is a standard number. 1.6667 for decimal point. So this is an integer. You want to change it into percentage. So 1.6667 multiplied by 100, you get 166.67%. Okay, 166.67%. So now, part C, they're telling you what happened if the price dropped to $2.25. So again, same, take $2.25 minus $3, multiply by $5,000, multiply by 6. 0.75 cents times $5,000 times 6. How much do you get? Okay, so this one will give you negative figure. You realize, it's a loss, price went down. So it's a negative figure. Okay, negative figure. So negative figure, if it's in RM, negative 22,500. If it's in percentage, how? Okay, if in percentage, negative 22,500 divided by initial investment of 9,000 times 100. So what do you get here? Negative 250%. Negative 250%. Okay, so D now, they ask you to explain why the results in B and C are so different. Why B and C so different? One is only gaining 166.67, another one is negative 250. So huge fluctuation of profit and losses. Okay, so they say why is the figure different? So number one, very simple only. Let me tell you. So this one is 50% gain. This one is a negative 75%, and negative 75 cents losses. The gain and the losses itself is not same. So how could the figure be same? So definitely gonna be different. That's one. Okay, this question is not very smart. Number two, it can fluctuate. 50-cent increment means you gain 166.67%. Okay, when it's a loss of 75 cents, you lost negative 250%. So they're trying to tell you, when you make a lot of money. When you lose a lot of money also. Okay, because why? We are using leverage here. Okay, we are using the leverage here. So you're only paying the initial margin, but then you inherited the whole contract. So that's why the gain and the losses is so big. That's why if you have no money, you will go into default. Can, Okay, any question for question number 2? Anyone have any doubts or loss during my explanation to you? Cannot? Hello? Anyone there? Can I explain 2D again? So 2D, they're asking you why B and C. Why B and C is different. Okay? Why B and C is different. So of course it's different, right? Because one is only gaining 50 cents, one losing 75 cents. Of course, the percentage is different. So the question is not very good here. So basically the question is trying to tell you how come the fluctuation is so big. A 50-cent gain could mean 160% gain, But then the 75 cents losses already show a negative 250% losses. You see here, your initial investment is only $9,000, but you make 22,500 losses. Almost two, it's not almost, it's exactly 2.5 times losses. 2.5 times of your initial investment gone. Okay, so the question I wanted to ask you, why is this happening? How come a small changes make such a huge difference here? Okay, so very simple to this. All right, if each contract size, you see, if contract size is actually $15,000, and then if you want to invest, you only got $10,000. You can't even buy one contract. Am I right? You can't even buy one contract. Okay, but because initial margin is 0.1% of this, so each contract you only need $1,500. Okay, in that case, your $10,000 can buy 6 of these contracts at the minimum volume or the minimum level of payment you give, which is $1,500 per contract. So this means you're using a leverage one. Using $10,000 to buy 6 $15,000 contract. 15,000 times 6 is how much? This is $90,000. Okay, this is $90,000. You use a $9,000 value to buy a $90,000 worth of contract. So this is 10 times more. Are you taking on leverage or not? You're taking a leverage. Okay, you're taking on leverage. So when you talk about leverage, if you gain means you gain 10 times more, you lose means you lose 10 times more. Get it or not? All right. Cannot? Fung Yi and Maisara, can? Okay, very good. Everything is being amplified when you use a leverage. That's the thing that this question wanted you to know. But they asked you to kind of look at the difference between B and B and C. Definitely is different lah, because one is 50-cent gain, one is 75-cent gains. It's not an apple to an apple comparison lah. So that is one of the downside or the bad incomplete question here. Okay, by right, they actually wanted you to understand the concept. Why is there such a big fluctuation on price gain and on gains and on the losses also? Yep, exactly, my Sarah. Very good. Okay, so again, going to question number 3. Question number 3 is another daily settlement question. So quite easy. Daily settlement is just like just now. What we did just now. So you have gone long for September CPO futures contract. So you buy 4 September futures on crude palm oil. CPO is crude palm oil. The futures price is now $1,800 per ton. Assuming a counterparty has the same total value, determine the daily marking to market adjustment to both account and the balance on the 5th day. They specifically want to know on the 5th day. Okay, so in that case, you got no choice. You need to do everything, whatever being given to you. So look at here. Contract size is 25 tons. Each contract is 25 tons. Okay, initial margin is 10% of total value. Maintenance margin is 70%. Usually is like this. 70% of initial margin. So to start with this question, you want to find how much value in total that you need. Okay, how much value in total you need. So look at here, 25 tons contract, and then you got 4 of it. So your contract value is 25 tons times 4, because you have 4 contract of it, and then each contract consists of and each ton is worth 1,800. So here will be 100 times 1,800. So in total, $180,000, your contract value. So your initial margin will be 0.1 of this. So initial margin is 18,000. Okay, maintenance margin is 70% of your initial margin. $0.7 multiplied by 18,000 is gonna give you 12,600. So remember, anything below this, you call margin. Okay, anything below that, you call margin. So do it. They give you the future the settlement price. Again, they give you a future settlement price. Let's do day 1, day 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Question only asks you until number 5, right? Actually. Okay. Future settlement price. So this is given to you lah. 1,008, 1820, 1790, 1770, 1800, 1810. Your account and your balance. Okay. Counterparty account and counterparty balance. So you know, at initial investment, 18,000 both side. Balance also 18,000. All same. Okay. So 18,000 to 1820. So you take 1820 minus 18,000, so it's 20. 20 multiplied by your contract size is 25 times 4 is 100. 20 times 100, you get $2,000. So this one gain 2K. Balance become 20,000. Counterparty, your gain is their losses, so they become 16,000. Next, it drop 1790 minus 1820, negative 30 times 100, so minus 3K. 17,000. Their gain become 19,000. Following one, drop further, negative 2,000. Become 15,000. This one is gain 2,000. Become 21,000. So gain again after that. 1,800 minus 1770 is 30. 30 times 10 is 3,000. So plus 3,000 become 18K. Minus 3,000 become 18K. Back to square. And lastly, this is the one that they want you to find out. What happened at the 5th day? So at the 5th day, price went up another further $1,000. So here become 19K. The next one will become negative 1,000. So this one becomes 17,000. So the question only asks you until on the 5th day. So you just need to put that on the 5th day, your account balance is $19,000. Your counterparty balance is $17,000. Okay, simple. That's all. So in this question, there's no call margin to both sides. So the problem here, I think Prof side add on a certain figure here. He add on 1860 for day 6. This is extra, extra for day 6 and day 7. Here is 1850. So 1810 to 1860 minus 1810 is 50. 50 times 100 is 5,000. Oh, here again $5,000. So here become 24K. This one minus 5,000. So here become $12,000. What happened here at $12,000? It's below maintenance margin. Again, it's below maintenance margin. So you need to call margin, make it back to 18K. Okay, make it back to 18K. So what happened here? The following day, you top up money. Not you lah, the counterparty, because counterparty losing. So it's not only your side, If you got call margin, you need to add money. But if not your side, the maintenance margin being crossed, and in the counterparty side, counterparty need to add money here. So add $6,000. Then on the 7th day, the change is become 1850. So it dropped by $10. So means you lost 1,000. Here become 23. And then they gain another 1,000. So 12,000 plus 6,000 become 18K plus another 1,000 is 19K. Okay. So the purpose of this question, why he extend further on, because he want to let you know that even in the counterparty side, you need to do the call margin for that. You need to balance. Both sides is a balance. Your profit is their gain. Sorry, your profit is their losses. Their profit is your losses. Remember this. Okay, it's a seesaw effect. I told you last week, right? It's a seesaw effect. Okay, this is very similar to question number 1 just now, but just that now the counterparty there's a call margin. Easy peasy. Okay. So let's pay close attention to the following question here, which is number 4. Number 4, basically, don't need to write anything. There's no calculation here. But look at the question here. They tell you, in CME Group's con, futures contract, the following delivery months are available. Okay, so these are the contract available from CME Group's con futures contract. So there's March, there's May, there's July, September, and December. State the contract that should be used for hedging when expiration of the hedge is in June. All right, so the first expiration is on June. Okay, you want to hedge for something on June, which is here. All right, so if you want to hedge for June, of course you can't choose May. You need to choose the contract after June to exercise or to hedge for June, which is July. Okay, when it's June, you take the July contract. There are only 5 contracts available in a year: March, May, July, September, December. So if you trying to hedge something for the month of June, you need to get July. Okay, the following one, a following available contract. So let's look at the second expiration, which is on July. July itself. Different color. July itself. So if it's July, will you hedge at July or not? Answer is no, because you don't know when. Okay, you don't know which day of July. All right, so in that case, to be safe, you choose the following available contract to hedge. So in this case, you choose September to hedge for July. Okay, you take September to hedge for July. Lastly, the last one, they want you to hedge for January. January is basically here. After December is January. So what you need to do to hedge this, the upcoming one, the following year's one, the first contract that you will see is on March. So to hedge for January, you need to hedge at the following March on the following year. Understood? Ken? So just remember this in mind. When you hedge something, okay, you choose the month later, all right, to hedge off your current, to hedge on the expiration date. So if it's June, you take the upcoming one, the next available contract available, which is on July, okay, to hedge for your June. Whereas if it's July, the next closest one to you is only September. You cannot hedge back on July month because you don't know when. Okay, exactly is it. Starting of the month, end of the month, closing of the hedging or what, you wouldn't know. And the next one will be on January. So to hedge January, the next closest available contract to it will be on March. Can you get it or not? Are you all right? Or already know people in the class? Should have 24 respondents. All okay. Understood. Very good. Very good to let me know. Please let me know whether you can follow or not. So let's look at question number 5 here. Question number 5, I don't need to use any drawing. So listen to me carefully. I'm telling you a story here. A corn farmer argues, I do not use futures contract for hedging. My real risk is not the price of corn. It is that my whole crops get wiped out by the weather. So this farmer is telling us he don't use future contract for hedging at all. He is a corn producer. He produces corn. So normally when people hear a corn producer, a producer of a corn, they are scared that they cannot sell their corn, right? So they want to hedge off by what? By doing what? By lockdown or selling price. Okay? By lockdown or selling price. Because if you're a producer, what do you scared about your profit? You scared your profit is below than what you expected. So in that case, you want to lock down at the price to sell. Okay? So you short futures at a certain value. All right. So in this question here, they say that this farmer is not interested on hedging at all. He's not scared of the price. The price is not his concern. So you don't care lah. Cannot sell at the high price. Never mind lah. It's not the concern here. He's more worried about the weather come and kill all his crops. That means he's afraid that end of the day, he can't even sell anything because he got nothing to sell. All right. So second part of this question is discuss this viewpoint. Should the farmer estimate his or her expected production of corn and hedge to try to lock in the price for expected production? So the question asking you, should he hedge or lock at a certain price to sell his corn in the future or not? To make sure that he make profit. So the answer to this is very straightforward. Okay? The answer to this is the farmer shouldn't hedge at all. Why? Okay, why? You see, the problem here is the weather. It's not the price. Let's say he short in the futures. That means he agreed to sell his crop at a certain price. All right. But then during the delivery date, maybe disaster has happened. Heavy rain has happened. All right. All of his corns are gone. But then he already promised people that he will sell it at a certain price. But now he cannot deliver. So in this case, he will suffer. So imagine this. Farmer, okay, if he go into hedging, he fixed to sell futures, okay, or sell corn at maybe $1,000 per tons of corn. That's very expensive lah. $1,000 per ton of corn. Okay, if this is hedging, he locked himself already. Then suddenly, this is for 3 months later. Suddenly, storm come and take off all his corn. 3 months later, he need to deliver $1,000 per ton. For don't know how many tons there's a contract size there lah. Again, $1,000 per ton. That's the promised price. Okay, so 3 months later, this is the promised price that the farmer will sell to whoever want to buy from him or whoever who already bought from him via the futures contract. So in this case, he got no crops to give people. What he need to do? He need to buy from other farmers. But if you buy from other farmers, if his farm is affected, all the farmer around him is affected. So no one have corn to give it to him. So in that case, he might even need to import from overseas or buy from more expensive farmer to sell it at $1,000 per ton. And that will make him make a loss. Okay, so that's why he insisted that he do not use the futures contract for hedging because he's scared that the weather will kill all of his crops and he got no crops to deliver. So he don't want to get into any promises or he don't want to give any promises regarding this matter. So can understand or not? Very simple, right? It's in the problem that way these people are concerned, it's not about money anymore. When the money is not a concern anymore, okay, your hedging is not so effective. Okay? Because hedging is to reduce your risk. You want to make sure you as a producer, you can sell at the price that you can break even or you can make profit. Okay, but if you are a buyer of raw material, you want to make sure that you buy something at a price that you could afford. You don't want to buy it too extremely expensive. That's why you use hedging. Can Can follow, cannot follow? Very good. Very, very good. Okay, very good. No rocket science at all. Very simple actually today. So we had our last question, not last yet, number 6 here first. Then after that, we got number 7, a calculation simple one. So second last question here. A future contract is used for hedging. Explain why the daily settlement of the contract can give rise to cash flow problem. So if you look back at the first question and the fourth question just now, okay, daily settlement. Okay, so they're telling you why daily settlement. Why daily settlement will cause you cash flow problem. What is the reason to this? So just look back at just now those questions. Imagine in just now the first question and the fourth question, right? There's only one time of call margin. Okay, you suddenly need to top up all the way to initial margin level. Top up to initial margin level. Okay, so imagine if you get into a futures contract, okay, to buy something at a certain price in the future. But before you reach the day that it matured, every single day, the price is keep going up. Price keep going up. Okay, and you buy something, right? So when you purchase something, you're expecting the price to sorry. You buy something, the price goes up, you're happy lah. You're happy when you buy something, the price goes up, you're going to make more gain. But so you want to buy, you already get yourself into a long contract, okay? But the problem is the price keep dropping. Okay, the other way around. Price keep dropping, what happened to your volume? So maybe initially is $1,000 per ton. Okay, so your initial margin times 10, let's say, is $10,000 initial margin. If the price keep dropping, every day drop 900, 800, 700, and so on and so forth, the initial margin will drop by 100 per ton. Okay, 100 per ton drop. So initial margin drop by 10. 100 means a lot already. 10K gone already. 10K gone already. Make sense or not? 100 per ton. Okay, each contract size is 10. All right, and then you have 10 contract. That's why you got the initial margin of 10,000. So let's say 0.7 of 10,000 here means your core margin is at 7,000. The maintenance margin is at 7,000. So anything below 7,000, you call margin. So let's say the price drop from $1,000 per ton to $900. That means $100. $100 changes. Your contract, your total contract size is what do you call that? 100 ton. So 100 times 100, already 10,000 gone. Okay, minus 10,000. So in that case, you need to top up 10,000. Following day, drop another 100, minus 10,000 again. Top up another 10,000. Then drop some more. You top up another 10,000. So if you don't have cash flow or you don't have money sufficient, where do you need to find this 30K to top up? Okay, where are you going to get this $30,000 to top up? All right, and then if you don't top up, you will be cancelled off. You don't top up, you mean cancel off. You cannot wait until maturity. Okay, so in that case, you need to have the cash flow here to support or to call margin in case you are being triggered. So in this scenario here, it shows the 3 consecutive days the price has been dropping. Okay, has been dropping. So you need to keep topping up until maturity. Then only you can see the price going up back. So in the end of the day, at maturity, you might receive an excess of cash. The excess of cash could be able to cover this 30K that has been initially pumped in first. Okay, eventually the cash outflow will be offset by extra amount when you sell the asset at the end of the day. All right. But because of this, there's already a mismatch of timing on cash outflow and inflow. And this will give cash flow problem. Okay, can understand now? All right, maybe you need to go through these 3 days of suffering, then suddenly on this 5th day, the price went back to $1,500 per ton. So 700 to 500 is 800. 800 times 800 is 80K. So positive 80,000. So over here, suddenly you got extra $80,000 already in your account. You can see, the price fluctuation on a daily basis will causes you to have cash flow problem because you need to keep pumping money. If you don't have this 30K in hand, you most probably went on default. Then you automatically make a loss of $10,000 already. Okay, get it or not? Might be a bit messy here, but never mind. Hopefully you can digest it slowly. Watch back the video later on. Okay, once the solution is being uploaded, look at the solution step by step. You read through it, you might understand it better and relate it to what I just told you just now. Okay, hopefully it helps you. This is a very simple theory questions. Cash flow problems will arise because of daily settlement. You need to have cash in hand. Okay, if you don't have cash in hand, you cannot assure when there's a call margin, you cannot top up, then gone. You will go on default already. You make losses before even maturity. So hedging is not functioning well. Okay, that is for number 6. So number 7 here is a calculation question. Number 7, they ask you to determine the correct price of a 3-month rice future contract using the following information. Given to you, the spot price is $160 per ton. Risk-free interest rate is 6%. Storage cost, also known as U, is $9 per ton per year. Convenience yield, which is your C. Okay, actually not convenience. Convenience yield is actually Y. Sorry. Convenience yield is actually your Y. The return here is nil, 0. Okay, they want you to count the futures price here to count your F. So the formula here is basically F equals to spot multiplied by 1 plus your risk-free plus your storage cost minus your yield, power of T. Okay, so quite simple. You know your spot is already 160. Risk-free is 6%, so plus 0.06. Storage cost is $9 divided by 160. You want to change into percentage form, right? And then your yielding is 0, convenience yield. So power of 3 months, 3 out of 12. So this will give you 160 times 1 plus 0.06 plus 0.056 minus 0, power of 3 over 12. You should be getting 164.45. Okay, this is the formula to include risk-free, storage cost, and convenience yield. So sometimes students are confused. Sir, why the convenience yield is 9 out of 160? Okay, 160 is the spot price. For paying the cost of paying the storage is 9. So when you see 9 divided out of 160 is how many percent? So the percent is actually 5.6%. So when you change into fraction is 0.056 lah. Okay? Cannot. Easy, right? Today's unit will be very easy also. Futures and option will only be tough when you go on to the later chapter. So the one that I think is a bit more challenging for futures is interest rate futures. And then the rest is going to be very challenging when you come to options, where you're going to talk about the different pricing strategies or different methods that you can use for hedging purposes. It's called the option pricing strategies. Can How can we get the adjustment value in question 1? It's same like question 4. Question 1 and question 4 is the same. So which part that you don't understand? Nail. Question 4 you can get it on. How the minus and plus values, I already told you. Based on the futures price setting. You look at question number 4 now. Okay. Scroll back to your question number 4 in your questions there. Look at the futures price setting. On day 0 is 1800. On day 1 is 1820. All right. So what is the price changes here? 1820 minus 1800 is a $20 difference here. So this $20 you multiply by 25 tons, multiply by 4 contract. So that's going to give you an adjustment of positive $2,000. So your balance from 18,000 plus $2,000 will become 20K. Then when you look at day 2, look back at day 2, 1820 dropped to 1790. So take the day 2 figure, 1790 minus 1820, you get a negative 30. Negative 30 multiplied by 25 tons, multiplied by 4 contract again. So you get negative $3,000. So you need to adjust your balance. 20K minus 3,000 becomes 17K. Then when you look at day 3, the price is 1770. So again, take 1770 minus the previous day, 1790, you get a negative 20. Multiply by metric tons and your contract, you minus 2,000. Can get on. What's the rocket science here? So basically take the following future setting price, following day, minus the previous day. Then you can get the difference. So if it's a positive, if it's an increment, it's definitely going to be a positive here. If it's a decrease in price, then it's going to be a negative figure here. So depending on your question as well, if your question is long, then of course, you're hoping for the price to goes up. That means you buy at a cheaper price. But if your contract is a short, the price goes up means it's your losses. You are at the counterparty position. Can Nile? Can get, cannot get? Okay, very good. Anyone else with any issues so far? Anybody with further discussion or any difficulty here so far? Come, let me know. Anyone? All good. Very clear. Sure, huh? Again, Lu Jie say very clear. So Chen saying no issues. All right. So no issues. That's good news to me.